Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome to my initial impressions on Inzoi. Now, I'm not one of the cool content creators, like the Sims content creators who got given early access to early access to this game. I got it, I bought it when it came out. It cost me the same as the Sims 4 expansion pack, so if you haven't looked into it yet and you're wondering how much it costs, in my local currency, it was the exact same price as the Sims 4 expansion pack at full price. So there you go. This game is the Krafton life sim. It is in early access. There are definitely things that are missing from it and things that I can't figure out, but I wanted to give you guys my initial impressions and also say that I'm interested in doing a let's play or a challenge or something in this game, but I wanted to get your thoughts on it because most of what I've done on the channel over the last couple of years has been challenges. I haven't done a lot of freeform let's plays. I've found in the past they've tended to get less interest from people. But that doesn't mean that I'm averse to the idea of doing a freeform let's play with you guys too. This is the house I've been playing just to see how the game works because I wanted to get the controls and stuff sorted before I recorded anything. I'm still struggling with moving the camera around. It is a thing. Now, I built this house. It is pretty simple and I've literally just added a second floor, which is why this is empty, because my Inzoi just got married and I wanted to have a room for them to have a kid. So I've played 2 weeks in game in this household. She's still in the same job. That's one thing I'm not sure. I haven't been able to figure out if it's actually in the game yet, is career progression, because I feel like this current position on her job at the amusement park hasn't moved, and I'm not sure if the early access game has promotions and higher level positions in it yet. You can have part-time jobs. The full-time jobs are still 3 days a week, so they're effectively part-time. It doesn't really matter. So this is my Zoe Amelia. She literally, last time I played, got married to this fella whose name is Harrison. It was an interesting process, I will say. Building took me a little while to figure out. I still don't think I figured it out. Platforms do my head in. I can't figure out platforms, but I managed on a building with no platforms to at least, make 2 floors and a roof. It's a pretty basic little house. Oh, the toilet just broke. That's not happened before. Yeah, I think you can repair that, my guy. I've literally never had anything break in this house in the whole time that I've been playing. The things I like about this game. Objects are a lot more interactable. I was going to say interactable, but that sounds like something different. There's a lot more, if I go into build mode, there's a lot more hobby items and things that you can interact with than in The Sims. So for example, in the fitness sphere, we've got the kind of a pull-up bar, we've got a pull-down machine, we've got fitness machines like that in The Sims. There's barbells and stuff. I've only used this item. I got the punching bag last time I played. I haven't used it yet. A baseball bat. So there's lots of hobby interaction items that you can use, which I love. Little details that I love. You can open and close the curtains. Hang on, wait. Let me go back into live mode, or whatever we call this mode in Inzoi. I could have Harrison here close all the curtains, open all the curtains. I love that detail. There's turning lights on and off centrally. You can do that in The Sims, so that's not so exciting. They don't have auto lights like in The Sims yet. I am wondering if they will add something like that. Things I am less enamored of, my single biggest complaint with this game, there's no UI scaling that I can find. And my eyesight's not great. I wear glasses. They've chosen white on grey, which is not the highest contrast thing in the world. So it can be hard to read. I played it for a few hours yesterday and I found... That's really quite loud, my guy. I found I was getting a sore back. I was obviously hunching slightly. Another thing that I think could use some modification, and I don't know if it's in the settings, I should have a quick look. Things get dirty really quick. My Zoe is having to clean, and it's not like I vacuum once for the whole floor. What on earth is that, my guy? You're having shaved ice for breakfast? Look, I do respect the choice. Now I'm pretty sure his career is a rabbit hole career. Eat your shaved ice and then go to work once you're done. Yeah, there's a lot of cleaning. There's a lot of cleaning. And I get that it's a live sim, but there's a lot of cleaning. I'd like if I didn't have to clean multiple times a day because it only does a small area, which is how cleaning works in real life. If I vacuum this area and don't vacuum this area, then this area is not going to get clean in real life. But there's a bit more of that I would like. They also can't multitask, so if he's sitting here eating and she was sitting here eating, they won't talk because they're focused. They're just eating, which again, sometimes I understand that. Apparently, according to the patch notes I saw, there's no weight change for food. Like, it's not in the game yet. So exercising, changing your physique doesn't work at the moment. I think, obviously, again, early access. When you cook, you can only cook one meal. That's also a thing that hopefully they fix down the track. Amelia, do you have work today? I feel like you might have work today. What time do you work? Actually, what day is it? It's Thursday. She does not work today. Awesome. So she can stay in bed if she likes. They got married yesterday, so you'd think this would be their honeymoon, but he's off to work. So yeah, see how this is dusty already? And I only just bought it. So, like, seriously, come on, guys. Too much cleaning. Too much cleaning. There's a color wheel for objects. Fantastic. There's a color wheel for creating Zois. You guys are probably all across that already. Yeah, I am enjoying it. I think it will be really interesting to see once they fill it out more. She's in an active career. The active careers are pretty... I wouldn't recommend them at the moment because you're doing the same 3 or 4 animations for an entire day. Like, there's no customers to interact with. So she's like working at the amusement park, and I've never seen somebody come in and use the amusement park stuff. Maybe someone might have bought a popcorn one time or something, but it just feels a bit hollow, if that makes sense. So, wait, this is slow. Maybe we'll put you on normal speed then. You're going very slow. We had a parcel delivered from the wedding. Somebody decided to give us a gift. Oh, we got a little pot plant. That's cute. She actually really likes plants, so that was a good choice. I think there's a lot of potential in this game. I've had fun exploring it. The thing I struggle with the most in terms of the controls is, you know how in The Sims you can like WASD to move the camera around? In live mode in this game, it doesn't work because WASD lets you actually direct control the character. So if I use WASD, it will interrupt all the stuff in her queue and I will have direct control and she will walk around. Now, another thing that I think is fascinating, which I don't know how to access it. Let's have a quick look. I think under Edit City, they have a karma report and it gives you details on all of the Zois in the city and how they're behaving. My city started out quite a neutral bell curve, and for reasons I don't understand, we're trending towards negative. I can go in here and I can see a whole bunch of Zois are sitting at terrible. They are being very bad people. I don't know why. I'm not sure, but I kind of love that. And then I, as the deity of this world, can be like, no, be less bad. Apparently, I looked up what this does and all I could find was it presents them with a karma choice. I don't know what that means. I guess they could make the bad choice. Like, there's nothing to say that they have to make the good choice when I present them with the karma choice. But I, as the deity, am like, hey, be less rubbish. Now, I did have one Zoi that was in this list because you get warnings when your status gets too low. You start getting warnings, like a little pop-up that's like, oh, your city's looking pretty terrible. So I did have one Zoi that kept appearing in this. This is the most I've ever seen. I've only ever had one at a time before. And this particular guy, I did it 3 days in a row and he stopped appearing. So I don't know if that means that he thought better of his life and is now making better life choices, or if me striking him with animated lightning so often actually killed him. I don't know. I don't know what this does. So I kind of love that. I kind of love that I'm figuring it out. Like, I know The Sims pretty well. I've got so much time in The Sims 4. I know how the mechanics work. I kind of love the chaos that this causes for me because I don't know what I'm doing right now. Are people all across the city being lightning struck? I don't know. I don't understand any of this. And I find that fascinating. There's also options to tailor the vibe of the city. Like, let's do this. I haven't really played with Edit City at all. I think we're in summer at the moment, so I'm happy to leave that. I can choose billboards, which is wonderful. I could put one of my Sims videos up there, which would be hilarious, to be honest with you. Maybe I will do that. So I could choose the kinds of trees. So this area, like this world, I guess, is very beachfront, California beachfront kind of vibes. But I could choose to make it, you know, I could want maple trees. Maybe I'm in Canada at a beach. I could change the grass. So I could be like, needs more flowers. It's interesting that that's considered grass. That's not my idea of grass. Oh, giant inflatable cats. Balloons. So I could say I want some, and I want to have a solar theme. So we got Earth, the sun, and the moon. Now I have balloons. You can choose animals just to be roaming. I can select up to 3, maybe some squirrels. I don't think currently I can interact with the dogs, which obviously is a travesty and they have to fix that. Environment. Oh, this is the one I was actually looking for. I got sidetracked by balloons and dogs. So it's currently clean, but for example, I could make it post-apocalyptic. I am very interested in that. You guys know that I love that kind of gameplay, so maybe at some point I'll do that. I'm going to leave it as clean on this save. This is not a save that I'm planning on recording with you guys long term. I just wanted to show you with some live gameplay, I guess. Oh, you are very hungry, my darling. Why don't you make some food? This is a thing that I do love. When they make food, there's not a huge amount of meals to choose from, but the animations seem to be custom to the meal. Let's make English breakfast. She, you know, pulls out her ingredients. That's very much like The Sims, but then the ingredients that appear match what she's cooking. I love that it's not just one or two generic animations for every meal. And now she's cooking an egg because she's making a Canadian, or making a big breakfast. Now, there were several meals in there with eggs in them, and they probably, I imagine, would recycle the animation for all the egg meals. It makes it feel more immersive. I guess the main thing from my point of view in terms of recording a Let's Play on the channel is that I don't know how much chaos there's going to be. And my favourite thing about The Sims is kind of the random chaos. It's the, like, responding to surprise events. Eat your food. There you go. I don't know what language they speak in Inzoi. I'm sure it is not a real language, but it sounds Italian to me, the way my character speaks it. She really sounds Italian. I don't speak Italian. It's probably nothing like Italian, but the accent sounds Italian to me. Like, my initial impressions are, I think this game has a lot of promise. I think there are things about it that are hollow at the moment, which you'd expect because it is in early access. The UI scaling and the font accessibility is a big problem for me. Like, my single biggest thumbs down on this game is that, because I can read this, but to like focus on large blocks of small font text, I'm obviously leaning forward because I had to go and have a lie down because my back was hurting after playing this yesterday. Harrison's got a pop-up because he's in a rabbit hole career. Despite their claims of innocence, the evidence suggests that his client was guilty. I think if they are clearly guilty, we should persuade them to go to jail. Managed to get a confession after some persuasion, but failed to reduce their sentence by much. Ah, well, they're going to jail, right? Oh, you can apparently go to jail in this game. Another thing I will mention, because this was a surprise to me and it's fascinating. I don't know if I can access his character while he's at work. Let's have a look. I knew when they got married he was a leader. I didn't know he wanted a luxury mansion. I didn't know what his desired life was. I set his preferences. You can edit their preferences, so, you know. But I didn't know a lot of stuff about him, and the main thing I didn't know about him is his karma was terrible. So her karma's here. You can see she actually just aged up. There was no warning she was about to age up. I had no idea what the lifespan was, and she just got home from her wedding and was like, I'm an adult now. He's also an adult. How far through is he? Couldn't tell you. But his karma when he first moved in was down here. It was terrible. It was absolutely in the toilet. He was on the list that came up with the city that night after I moved him in. And I was like, wow, that's unexpected. Yeah, so his karma was really bad. It's actually a shame that me playing him for 24 hours has reset it to normal, like to neutral, because I was actually kind of looking forward to trying some of the like real bad negative karma interactions. But you can also see obviously things are rendering in. That is not something that is unique to this game. I assume there's probably a way to change the render distance, and they've probably just changed it to be quite short for performance reasons, because this game is obviously very pretty. Obviously, there's been a lot of controversy around this game and the fact that they do use some AI-generated assets. I don't know. Oh, this is the first time she's done an excellent painting. Good work, Amelia. I haven't used the AI generation function at all. I've heard that Krafton have said that they've been training it on their own assets, because I share a lot of people's qualms around AI art and large language models and stuff. I have written novels. I'm sure they've been ingested into large language model learning. In my job, one of my jobs is as a graphic designer, so I get it. I'm happy to just opt out of using that function, personally. Anyway, the short answer is I'm generally quite positive on what I've seen so far on this game. If they would fix the accessibility, that would be huge. I've gone through the whole thing, can't find any UI scaling. I Googled it, and because this game is like 48 hours old as I'm recording this in early access release, there's not much out there on it, but I did find a couple other people saying they had the same problems, so I'm kind of hoping that Krafton will take that on board, because these are tiny. I got a bunny rabbit picture. That is a lot of money. Yeah, good job. She says that a lot. I don't know what it means. All right, well, I'm going to end this one here. So my question for you guys, what are you interested in seeing in Inzoi? Because I am keen to do something in it. I love the idea of doing a challenge. I also love the idea of playing with like a crime city. I think that could be quite fun, but also I'm happy to do standard family gameplay if that's what you're more interested in seeing. I'm happy to go down and explore that as well. I have seen people try it, especially Dr. Gluon. If you want to see someone pushing the boundaries of what you can do in this, he's been doing like a rags to riches, which has been quite entertaining. Why are we arguing? The money is less forgiving and also more forgiving. If you get to the point where you have 0 funds, the game gives you 1,000. So you can't really go broke, which makes rags to riches challenging because they keep trying to give you money. The flip side of that is at the moment, I don't seem to be able to get promoted. I'm happy to explore the bounds of what we can do with a challenge. I was thinking it'd be fun to try a challenge that exists in The Sims and see if you can do it in Inzoi. I have no idea if it would work or not though, so we'd be going in blind. Let me know what you think. I'm going to end this one here. If you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.